Velociraptors, the first dinosaur antagonists in the Jurassic Park series, known for their pack-hunting skills, cleverness, and swiftness. So I want to test out something. How strong was a pack of raptors? Specifically, how strong were a pack of 3 raptors in Jurassic World Evolution 2? So that's exactly what I'm going to do today. For a set of ground rules, I won't be genetic engineering anything of the dinosaur stats besides their skin, just so we can have like different looking raptors and dinosaurs. And yeah, all dinosaurs will have base stats. So anyway, yeah. Let's begin. We can see the Velociraptors playing around first, but things will get a lot more serious with the introduction of a new incoming dinosaur, the Allura Titan. However, despite adding an Allura Titan into the enclosure with the raptors, they didn't really seem to care at all, and were actually more worried about their thirst and hunger. But soon enough, their bellies would start to growl. When they actually started getting hungry, 2 of the raptors decided to fight each other first, but it wouldn't last long, and it was nothing personal, as all 3 raptors would lock onto a new and bigger target. All 3 of them started attacking the Allura Titan, and despite its size advantage, it didn't fare too well, and was getting pushed down several times. The Allura Titan did manage to survive the first attack, though, with 32% health remaining, but with its future looking very bleak. And when night struck, so did they, bringing down the Allura Titan one last time. While the raptors were eating the Allura Titan, I was going to introduce our next dinosaur into the arena. A dinosaur with 3 horns, 1 for each of our combatants. Before the fight started with the Triceratops and Raptors, I realized how much I just liked the 1993 skin for the Trike, and really wish it got a variant like the Giga. In fact, while doing this whole video, I forgot just how much I really like this game, and how excited I am for Jurassic World 3, as I hope it improves a lot, or Jurassic World Evolution 3, as I do hope it improves a lot of the game, because I generally like the game a lot. It's one of my favorite games right now, and yeah, there's still a lot to fix with it though, so I do hope they do that. But I don't know, sometimes just seeing the dinosaurs roam around reminds you so much of why I do like this game. But yeah, this fight did take a while to actually start, with the Trike charging at the Raptors several times, but with the Raptors getting hungrier by a second, the fight between them was inevitable. When the fight did start, the Trike honestly didn't fare too much better than the Allura Titan, which was surprising and disappointing. Seeing that Triceratops went down that easily meant whatever I had to bring out next had to be strong, maybe even. So next I brought out plates for days and a Thagomizer for every which ways, the Stegosaurus. Like every other fight, the Raptors didn't attack the Stegosaurus at first, which was reasonable, but whether it was stupidity or bravery, they eventually would. When the fight did happen, they decided to fight in the shade next to the wall, making this fight just that harder to see. But when I did see it, it was very shocking, as I saw the Stegosaurus hit one of the raptors, and I was actually surprised that they killed it. I know in real life that would be no surprise, but in Jurassic World Evolution 2, this game does tend to favor carnivores, so I was definitely very surprised that the Stegosaurus did actually manage to kill a raptor in one hit. And then, not only that, but then it severely injured another raptor. So yeah, the pack was now at 1 raptor, which meant 1 raptor cannot take on 1 Stegosaurus. So, for the first time ever in the arena, the raptor pack of 3 has lost their first fight, leaving Stegosaurus as our winner. And because of that, I gave him a champion's name. Before I introduce the next opponent, I had to reintroduce 2 more raptors back in the pack, a very diarrhea poopy looking one, and a very awesome looking cool one. I'll let you be the judge of which is which. I was very excited for the next battle, as it included my favorite dinosaur of all time, the Ankylosaurus, with nearly impenetrable skin. Oh, fine. The Ankylosaurus was one tough cookie. With my favorite dinosaur, I was hoping that Anky would come out on top and be victorious, but only time could tell. When they did start battling, for some reason 1 raptor wasn't fighting, despite there still being 3 raptors in the enclosure. Anyway, in the end, the Ankylosaurus was able to fend off the 2 raptors that did attack it with ease, killing one and significantly injuring the other. And again, with 1 raptor not being able to take on an Ankylosaurus, the Anky proved himself as a true dinosaur and Viltrumite warrior. There were still 2 other herbivores I wanted to test out before moving on to some of the big carnivores, but I could already see that the raptor pack was struggling with these herbivores. The Therizinosaurus, a herbivorous theropod with 3 feet long claws, and was ready for battle. Which it had to be because it got attacked immediately off the bat. I don't know why for some reason the raptors attacked the Theri so quickly. Maybe it's because the Theri doesn't like anything, but yeah. The raptors wasted no time and were trying to end the Theri as quickly as it got in here, and they were pretty successful. Hello, Edorexia here, and unfortunately I accidentally did lose the footage between the clip I just showed you and the next clip I will show you, and yeah, I unfortunately accidentally closed the game, which stopped the recording, and not only stopped the recording, but deleted the recording as well. So, you know, I couldn't find it anywhere, and yeah. So, I just want to give you a quick recap or rundown of what happened after the recording cut. So, the raptors killed the Theri. Again, it was pretty easy, pretty quickly. It didn't happen, like, long after the original clip. And then I tried having them fight a Dreadnoughtus, which seemed like they couldn't because I had them in there for a while and they just never attacked the Dreadnoughtus. So then I had them fight a Ceratosaurus, which it did end up killing. And then I was going to have them fight an Aloe, and that's when I realized the recording got messed up. So, yeah, that's cool. That's why there's now a Dreadnoughtus, Aloe, and dead Cerato in the battle arena. Once I got stuff under control and everything back to normal, the battle started off once again. Seeing this battle happen again really surprised me, as I thought for sure the Ceratosaurus would fall victim to the raptors once again. Whether it was skill or luck, this Ceratosaurus survived with the counter with the pack. When all 3 raptors pounced on the Aloe, they covered its entire body. But it still wasn't enough to take on this Jurassic predator.
Nice shot!
Ooh. You dead?
Introduce the giant southern lizard, the Gigantosaurus. Despite the pack's best efforts, this fight, if you can even call it that, was barely a struggle for the Giga, and it was soon over as quickly as it started. For the next 2 battles, I first tried a Spino, which the 3 raptors just didn't seem to attack or couldn't. I don't know why. I was pretty sure they could attack it, but for whatever reason they didn't. And then I introduced the Rex, which went basically the same as the Giga fight. It looked like the 3 raptor pack had hit its limits, and weren't able to take on some of the larger carnivorous dinosaurs in the game. So I went a little bit off-road. Instead of breeding 3 raptors, what if I bred 4, and brought back a familiar face? This was the same Giga who defeated 3 raptors. Would the extra pair of claws and teeth be enough to put him down for good, or would he just be another bug for the Giga to step on? Once again, the battle initiated, and despite their best efforts, the raptors just weren't enough, and the Giga took 3 of them down. So I knew I was going to need more teeth, and was prepared to release a total of 7 Velociraptors into the enclosure. However, seeing him come out on top despite the waves of raptors I had thrown him, made me really start liking him, so I gave him what I thought was a fitting name for his complete and utter domination, and passed this round. And yes, I know, looking back on the editing, I spelt his name wrong, so yeah. I know. The battle started with the Giga swiftly dispatching their numbers by throwing them into and over a wall. One even fell into the enclosure housing Lego.
Oh my god.
And with raptors scattered everywhere, Gojira came out victorious despite the odds. Okay, for the next part, I admit I went a bit mad scientist and thought about if I could rather than if I shouldn't by introducing 16 more raptors for a total of 18. Yeah, Gojira was going to be put to the test and his limits with this fight. He did manage to fight some of them off, but it was clear he was going to die. So I sedated a few raptors so he wouldn't, as I had grown attached to him. Before I sedated all the raptors, I was just curious, and decided to put an Tyrannosaurus in the enclosure just to see what would happen. And he got attacked instantly with only 5% left over after the first attack. I started feeling bad for the guy, so I gave him some food and turned off fighting, so they would all get food and, well, stop fighting. And yeah, I accidentally created this for a park trying to figure out how strong just 3 Velociraptors were, and the end had way more than 3 Velociraptors in the park. But either way, I just did this for fun, and I just thought it'd be a cool video idea to see just how strong 3 Velociraptors in Jurassic World Evolution 2 really were. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. Consider liking and subscribing. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. Have a good day, and bye-bye.
My heart rages around like an ocean in my head, because there are so many things that I left